What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, it's a big day. We're taking my super cheap 2016 Cadillac ELR to the Cadillac dealership in Norman, Oklahoma. And we're going to find out if they're going to fix it under warranty, if they're going to charge me to fix it, or if we're just going to have to fix it ourselves. But it's important to get it down there and at least get it diagnosed properly to find out what we're dealing with. We're about to find out if we got a great deal on this car that might still be under warranty, or if we're going to have to fix it ourselves, and can we even fix it ourselves? So here it is, my 2016 Cadillac ELR with only 62,000 miles on the odometer. We purchased this for $12,500. Carvana already offered me $20,800 for this car. They've offered to buy it from me, and I haven't even done anything to it yet. Now, of course, the Carvana offer is contingent upon the car running and driving like it's supposed to, not having any check engine lights or problems with the high voltage charging system. And unfortunately, this car does have an issue with charging. If you get in the car and you go to fire it up, you'll be greeted with a service high voltage charging system message on the dashboard, as well as a check engine light. And that is because something is wrong with the battery isolation. Now, what that means exactly, well, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm hoping that Cadillac is going to be able to help us figure this out. Now, what's better than one Cadillac ELR? Well, how about two Cadillac ELRs? And as if I didn't get a good enough deal on the first one, how about this? A 2014 Cadillac ELR with only 87,000 miles for $7,900. And I'm the only bidder on this car. We might be bringing a second one to the channel here really soon. All right, so let's get down to Bob Moore Cadillac of Norman. They know that I'm coming. I have an appointment. They know what's wrong with it. At least they know the trouble codes from the dash. I've already told them about it, so they kind of know what to expect. So let's get down there and see what they can do for us. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Cadillac of Norman, Bob Moore. I guess we're just going to roll right up to these two doors. Boy, they got some nice cars out here. This is not where I need to be. I don't need to be at a Cadillac dealership. I guess they're just going to let me right on in. How nice is that? Talk about service. This is great. All right, guys, let's get this thing into the service center and let's find out what they think. Well, while we're waiting, have you guys seen the new Cadillac Lyriq? This is new to me. I'm sure they've been out for a little while, but this is my first time actually seeing them. I haven't seen any on the road either. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is the one that strikes me. That blue is just, God, it's gorgeous, man. Electric Cadillacs. Now, I'm kind of curious if they're making any hybrid Cadillacs or if they killed off that entire idea with the ELR and they never came back to it again. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is a sick looking Caddy. I don't think I would be all that interested in it, mainly because it is full electric and the price tag. The price tag on these, the one of them I just looked at was $71,000. Look, I'm sure it's nice. I have no doubt that it's nice, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. Even though I'm really upset with Tesla, if it's going to be a full electric vehicle, I'm going to have to go with a Tesla. I really don't think I could go with anything else just because of the charging network. Without that infrastructure in place to charge these things on road trips, I just can't do it, man. I can't do it. I need to know that I'm going to be able to charge, which is why I think a hybrid, if you're really looking into something like this, you're interested in the electric vehicles, but you don't want the hassle of having to constantly charge, or you don't want to have to worry about charging on a road trip, I think a hybrid is really the best option. What do you guys think of these Cadillac Lyriqs? And would you buy one for $70,000? Well, my service advisor just came out to talk to me. I've been here since 11 o'clock. I got here on time, and it is now 1:15. So 2 hours and 15 minutes at the dealer. They said that they were able to clear the codes. I'm assuming they put coolant in it because it wouldn't do any good to clear the codes if you didn't put coolant in it. And they told me it is now charging on a charger. I can't believe that. Like, that is hard to believe that it's actually charging. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. He told me that there's a bunch of procedures, testing that has to be done in a certain order, obviously, probably following a flow chart. And because of that, I'm going to have to leave the car here. He said it could be a day, it could be 2 days, which means, I don't know, I may get it back Saturday. Today is Thursday. It'd be great if they call me Saturday to come get it. It could be Monday. So I'm going to have to pause the video here, and we will reconvene when they call me back, and we are back here with a verdict from Cadillac as to whether it's fixed or still broken. All right, so we're back. It's been a few days, ladies and gentlemen. It only took them about a day to come back with the verdict on this car. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys take a guess right now if you think they were able to fix it or if we are going to be forced to fix it ourselves. I'll be honest with you, I was pretty shocked myself with the news that they gave me. So I think what we're going to do is we're not going to bother fixing anything on that car. I think what we should do is take this 383 stroker and this 204R over here by Monster Transmissions, and I think we should try to adapt these components into this car, turn this into a rear-wheel drive V8 tire shredding monster. I'm absolutely kidding. I would never do that. Although, you can't tell me that you wouldn't be interested in seeing that. I know you would. I know. So would I. This thing would be insane with that engine and that transmission combination. It would be pretty. It'd be pretty wild. That's for sure. So now that you've had time to drop your guesses below, I think the only thing left to do is attempt to plug it in to my charger. So why don't we open up the charge port? Let's come over here and grab my charger, and let's find out if it's gonna, come on. I should roll that up. I should take better care of this stuff. Let's pull the cover off of the front, and let's plug it in. And noise, I hear noise. We have a yellow light up there. Oh, what is that? What is that? Oh my goodness, we have a green light in the center of the dash. Green means good, right? It's got to mean good. And I just love how these mirrors do this. In the dark, it is so much cooler. I already knew that it was going to charge. I'm going to post up a couple of screenshots right here. As you can see, I sent it to the dealer. The dealer looked it over. They found the coolant to be low. They made sure that the battery pack was good. There was no coolant leaking into the battery pack where it wasn't supposed to. And then they updated 2 of the battery's modules, which is the TSB calls for that, so no surprise there. They flashed the modules. They reset the codes. They filled up the coolant back to where it's supposed to be. And voila, I give you one 2016 Cadillac ELR that is worth $21,000 trade-in, easily $21,000 trade-in, and I got it for $12,500. And you know how much it cost me? Nothing. It cost me $0 to fix this car. That's right, Cadillac took care of it on their dime because this car is still under warranty. Now, one thing I did pay for was an oil change. I was so guys, you know I could have changed the oil right here, right? We do it all the time. I could have changed the oil right here in my own shop, but I was so happy that not only did I get this car for $12,000 and I could easily give it to Carvana right now for $20,800. I was thrilled to death. It wasn't just that, but it was the fact that they fixed it, and they fixed it for free. So I got the car stupid cheap. It was fixed under warranty. The fact that it's fixed at all makes me so happy, because this car was easily pulling 33 to 36 miles a gallon before I had any help from the battery. So what kind of fuel economy is it getting now? Well, that's a good question. I've had some time to drive it and enjoy it and get to know it a little bit. Take a look at that. Charging up. How nice is that? Let's fire it up. There are no warning lights on the dash anymore. None. Charger connected. That's the only warning light. Charger connected. All right, let's take a look. Average fuel economy. I'm going to have to close the door. My average fuel economy, ladies and gentlemen, is 135 miles a gallon. I am not kidding. Let's come over here to charging, and you can see the same thing. 28 miles on battery, 10 miles on gasoline. So for me to drive this car here, I used 10 miles of gas, the rest of it battery, and I'm getting 135 miles a gallon. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to be able to work. I have a high voltage charger, a level 2 charger right there, a 40 amp charger. This car, unfortunately, charges at like 16 amps. It's stupid slow, but it still should be charged within 3 hours from plugging it in. Now, the range on this is nowhere near what was advertised, which is really sad. In fact, it's very sad. I'm getting between 26 and 28 miles on a single charge. And I know what you're thinking. What is the point of that? It's useless. 28 miles? That's as bad as a Nissan Leaf. In fact, that's as bad as many Nissan Leafs that are out there today with degraded batteries. Well, here's the thing. I found conflicting information online about this car. Some websites claim that this car had an original range of 40 miles. Other websites claim that this car had an original range of 35 miles. It is very difficult to find out what the truth really is, but it seems like more people say 35 miles than say 40. So if this car's original range was 35 miles and it now gets around 28, it's really not that bad, especially considering Cadillac did a recall on all of these because they knew the batteries were going to degrade. So Cadillac did a recall, had everybody bring their Cadillac ELRs in for this recall work, right? And you know what they did? You guessed it. They cut the range down to conserve the battery life. Disappointing, right? Yeah, absolutely disappointing. So most people are saying that they saw their Cadillac ELR lose around 5 miles of range after Cadillac performed the recall. Well, this one has also had that work done. And there you go. We have 28 miles of range. If you add 5 to that, that's 33 miles. So that's right on par with what you would expect. And again, I know what you're thinking. 28 miles. Where are you going to go on 28 miles? And how is that going to save you any gasoline at all? Well, that's pretty simple. I think most people probably don't go round trip more than 30 miles anyway. So even for people going to work and home or to the grocery store and home, you're going to plug your car in every night. And just like any other electric car, like my Tesla that's still broken, forget I even showed that. Just like any electric car that you're going to plug in, when you're done using it for the day, you plug it in. And remember, this has a gasoline engine too, so you're not stuck with electric. When this car runs out of electricity, it's a wrap. You're done. You're left on the side of the road. You better have it figured out. With this car, that is not the case. So yes, 28 miles of range really does suck, but I'm here to tell you from personal experience using this, even if I'm going on a trip, as soon as I get where I'm going, say from my house down to AAR headquarters, it takes me an hour to get down here. Yes, by the time I get here, the battery's depleted, and I have to use the gasoline. But by the time I get here, I've got a level 2 charger. I could just plug it in. And while I'm working on other projects, this car can charge. So when I'm ready to go home, this is going to have a full charge again, and I'm going to still be getting most of my trip on battery. And when I get home, I'll do the same thing. I've got just a cheap little Voltec level 1 charger that came with this car. I can plug it in, go to bed, and when I'm up and ready to go tomorrow, it's going to have a full charge again. Most of my commuting, whether it's going to Copart or IAA or to the grocery store, most of my commuting is going to be somewhere around 40 miles round trip, which means the majority of my trips are going to be covered by that battery. And that's how you get crazy good fuel economy out of this car, 135, 150 miles a gallon, because most of it is going to be by battery. You're going to plug it in when you get home, then you're going to go to bed. When you're done, you get up, you use the car, you come home, you plug it in, you go to bed. So most of your trips are going to be covered under battery. You're going to be using very little of that gas engine. And even if you have to on a long trip, the best part is, on a long trip, you're still going to see 33 to 36 miles a gallon. You can start your trip using the battery, use up that 30 miles, 28 miles, and then when you get to your destination, plug it in and do it all over again. It still helps, and it still gets crazy good fuel economy. And take a look at it. I don't know about you, but I think this car is absolutely stunning. So what now? I really don't know what I'm going to do with the car. I'll tell you what my fiance says to do. She says, take the money and run. And I don't blame her. I kind of feel the same way. That's a lot of money, guys. I could come up like 9 G's on this car like that. If I go back to Carvana's website and I click accept the offer, they're going to come out here probably within a week or so, and they're going to pick that thing up, and they're going to have a check in their hand for me for $9,000. I'll be able to have bought this car stupid cheap, had it fixed for free. Disclosure, I paid $87 for an oil change. I don't think I mentioned how much I paid, but I paid $87 for Cadillac to change the oil in the oil filter for me. Hey, so aside from $87, I got nothing else into this $12,500 car. I can take a check from Carvana for $20,800 and change, $21,000. I can pocket that $9,000 and do whatever I want with it. The problem that I'm having is I don't want to get rid of the car. I've been really loving driving it. It's one of those cars that was so cheap, and it's so good on gas, and it looks so cool, and it gets so much attention. It's like, it's kind of the perfect car. I thoroughly enjoy it. And I think I'd rather keep the car than to take the $9,000. And I bet a lot of you are thinking I'm probably really stupid for that. I'm sure the majority of you would take the money and run. My fiance is the same way. She wants me to cash out and move on down the road. I just don't know. I really don't know. I'm enjoying the car so much. I'm not ready to let it go. Now, maybe my mind will change once I get the Tesla done. I've got to get this car mostly finished today, so I'm about to end this video and start a whole nother video. I've got the interior completely torn up on this. I've got the PTC module out, found out that wasn't the problem. I got the airbag out down here. We've got the interior of this car just really torn up, and I've got my work cut out for me. I've got another DC to DC converter module. I've got to get this wheel off. I've got to take everything apart to get to that module, pull the coolant hoses off. I got a lot of work to do. I haven't driven this car. I haven't even touched this car. I tore it apart, found out that what I thought was wrong wasn't wrong, found out that something else was wrong, and I just walked away. I ordered the parts and I walked away. The parts have been here for a while. I just haven't had it in me to get back to it. Let's not forget that I've got this to contend with. I've got this beautiful 383 stroker from Spinning Performance and that 700R4, that 204R from Monster Transmissions. I've got the headers and the exhaust from Holley. We got a lot of work to get done on my 87 Monte Carlo SS. We've got to rip it apart, redo all of the brake lines, hoses, master cylinder, all of that good stuff. Swap out an engine, a transmission, flywheel, everything, like everything. I've got everything sitting here, including a Thor torque converter that goes with this level 3, stage 3 transmission. Almost 500 horsepower and a transmission that's supposed to be able to handle that. I am so excited to get started on this build. I'm excited that this car worked out as good as it did. I couldn't have asked for better. The Cadillac service department in Norman, Bob Moore Cadillac, they took excellent care of me. Customer service was top notch. They knew what they were doing. They got it in. They performed all the necessary testing. They fixed it and they got it out. So thank you to Bob Moore Cadillac. Obviously not sponsored, but when somebody does good by me, I like to promote them. And when they do bad by me, well, I like to blast them for that as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video on this car. Tell me, what would you do with this car? Take the money and run, or enjoy the car for a while, drive it and have some fun with it? I'm tempted personally to try taking this on a trip to Indiana and back through the Ozark Mountains, really put it through its paces and see what kind of fuel economy I can get on a 1,400-mile trip through the mountains. I think it would be fun. I'd be very interested to see what the gas mileage is out of this on a trip like that. If that's something you'd be interested in seeing, well, drop your comment below and let me know. I am highly interested in doing that for you guys. So do me a favor, if you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. And please drop a comment below and tell me what you think I should do. Should I just sell it to Carvana, take the money, make $9,000 and walk away and be happy and use that money for something else? Or Do you think I should hold on to the car and enjoy it and then sell it later? I doubt it's going to lose very much more in value anyway. I mean, I seriously doubt, even with 150,000 miles, it would be worth $12,000. So I don't think I'm going to lose on this deal. Also, stay tuned. I did something really dumb. Sam Crack told me not to do it, and I did it anyway. I bought a 2008 Bentley Continental GT convertible with the worst engine you could have gotten, the W12. Yes, the twin-turbo W12 convertible Bentley. I got it for stupid cheap. I don't know anything about it, and it should be here very soon. So I hope you're looking forward to that video because it should be epic. Stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.